Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to look at the 2025 Computer Studies Practicals Paper 3 of the WAEC, okay, the West African Examination Council. So a quick look at the instructions here, which is very, very important. It says answer all questions, okay, so you must be able to answer all of them. Write your name and index number in ink in the spaces provided above, so you must do that. It's very, very important. Then the paper consists of 3 questions. Okay, so now these ones are the instructions. It says each candidate is provided with a computer system installed with word processing, spreadsheet, graphics, database, and presentation. Okay, so this one is for your school to take care of, right? So it's the school's job to handle this part. Now, must create a folder on the desktop of your computer, and you give the name as WAEC and then with your number. So this is the example of what they mean. WAEC and then your reg number. So let's see if we can do that quickly. So you come to your desktop, you right click, and then you go to new folder. So you do WAEC and then the dash and your number. So you should remember your number. So that's how you create the folder. So the next thing is that you must save his or her work in the folder created above. So that's where you're going to drop every work that you will make in course of this very exam. That's for questions 1, 2, and 3. Now you're required to write your name and index number on every printout duly signed by the supervisor. Okay, so in the printout, you must include your name and your reg number. That is your index number at the header or the footer. It's allowed additional 5 minutes. Okay, so your school is supposed to handle this part to give you time to print your work, and then you must delete your work when you're done printing. Okay, so this very part, don't rush to delete your work even if you're done printing. Print your work, confirm that your work is good, and then you give it over to your supervisor. Once they confirm that you're good to go, they are the ones to instruct you to delete. Don't rush and delete by yourself. Please don't do that. Must submit all the printout to the supervisor, okay, immediately after exams, of course. Must not bring any storage media, okay, so you don't come with any storage media in order to avoid exam malpractice. All right, so let's look at the question number 1, which is what we're going to concentrate in this video. Question number 1 says, Figure 1 is a sample birthday calendar produced in MS Word application. So you're going to use MS Word to achieve this, right? So the next part, so this is just a sample of what you're going to have, okay? This is just a sample. All right, so let's move on. So they say not real calendar, just a sample. Yeah. Okay, so here using figure 1 as a guide, design 1 month calendar to indicate the date and month of your birthday. So this is the task and this is how you're going to do it. Use WordArt to type the title, my birthday calendar with font size 18. Okay. Okay, so this is our Microsoft Word. I've already launched this. So you click on blank document to come up to this very page. If you go to insert and you do WordArt, you're not going to have your sample will be limited. Okay, the sample you have will be limited. They will not follow this let me show us this kind of design here. So for you to actually achieve that, you need to downgrade this document to an older version. So that is what I want to do here. I'll go to the desktop. Remember where to save everything here. Question 1, and then you can just put in your name just in case. All right, so you come here, the document type. You need to downgrade this to between 97 to 2003. Okay, here, please. Okay, so that's where you're going to have the word art appear in the design that they have done it there. So you click on save. Now, when you do that, you can easily go to insert, and when you go to word art, you have the options. Okay, so I think this one is the one that looks like it. Okay, so let's go back to the question. So so you type my birthday calendar. Okay, so you were not told the design to use, so you're free to use any of the designs of your choice. But if you still want to use this design, you are free as well. Okay. So we'll go to insert and then WordArt. Which one looks like that one? Okay, so I mentioned that you are free to choose any of these designs since they didn't specify the style to use. Okay, I think I will go for this one. Okay, so here, let's go back. They told us to use font size 18. Now they didn't specify the font name to use, so you need to come here and reduce this to 18. They didn't tell us the font name to use, so any of the font names you use, you're good to go. But I think I should leave it at the default. Yeah, I think the default is impact. So the text is what again? My birthday calendar. So we'll just come here, my birthday calendar. All right. So since you've done that, you just click on OK. Now, I want to center align this thing, so I can just do Control E to put it at the center. Okay, let's proceed. The next part says format the text on the WordArt with text effect. So we'll come back here, click on this. Now, any of the effects, now you can equally come here and change this if you want. Okay, and change this if you want. All right. So now any of these effects can do the trick. Okay, I can choose to use this effect. That's the shadow. And then let me just alter the color a bit, although we're not particularly told. Okay, but I don't think it matters. So I'm just going to change the text to be, should I leave this text? Okay, this would be nice. Okay, so I've done that already. What else do I need to do? I don't think there's any other thing. So any of these effects you want to use, but make sure that it looks good. Okay, make sure that it looks good. You see, so this one doesn't look good, so I'm not going to use it. So I'll come back here and click on this to remove that 3D effect. Remember, once I removed it, my shadow also disappeared. So let me drop the shadow in order to show that I use some sort of effect. However, there are those that actually have effects that you can just use and it still does the magic for you. Okay, so but I don't want to use them, so I'll stick to this very one. Nestle. Okay, so we're done with the C part. Now I'm just gonna take this so that I can easily tell where I stopped. Yeah, so we're moving on to the D part. Say in place of the WAEC logo, use any clip art or image of your choice to represent your picture. Okay, so any logo, any yeah, logo, yeah, any image or clip art, okay, you're free to use. So here I'm going to go to insert. I'm going to use, so you can, if you have already pre-installed pictures, you can use them. Okay. But don't use these online pictures. Okay. You are not expected to have access to your internet at this point. Okay. But if you have some pictures in your desktop, you're free to use that. If you don't, if you can't find, you can use any of this smart art or something, or you can come here and use shape to just quickly draw something to represent the logo. So I can draw this and color it, and then I can draw it again and just put it at the center. So this will give me the image. So you can use any image as instructed here. So we've done this part. So this is gone. Now this one says type the month and year of your birth using font style area rounded empty bold. Okay, so the font is 30 and this is the font name to use. So what are we typing in this format? Okay, May 30. So you type your own birthday. Okay, your own birthday. Okay, so I'm going to come here. Um, I can type this here directly. Okay, or I can use a text box in order to help me adjust it appropriately. So I prefer to use a text box. It's going to help me do the adjustment, okay, that I want. So I'll just select, click, hold, and drag, and then I'll type. So my birthday is March 30th, 20. Sorry, yeah. So you can use any year of your choice, okay? Your own exact birthday. Please don't use any other person's own. Okay. Okay. So since we've done this, I'm going to select this text. Remember, we're asked to change it. So to rounded, whatever area rounded stuff. Yes, that's that. And then the size is what, 30. So there's no 30 showing there, so you need to type it in. 30. Now you need to adjust this a bit so that everything appears good. Uh, Let me center align this, and then I can drag this here. Now, if you watch, this is covering this already, yeah? Okay, so it's covering the image already. So I will go to text box, and then for the outline, I'll make it no outline. And then the fill, I'll take out the fill as well. That way I can easily locate it where I want it to be without obstructing any other object there. Okay, so let's move on. The next part says, okay, so here we're done with this part. This one says, using the quick tables option under insert table tab, pick a month's calendar of your choice from the built-in calendars. Okay, so we'll come here. And then now watch, this cursor is blinking here. We don't want this cursor blinking there. We need it blinking down here so that our image, our calendar can be inserted here without displacing any object. So I'll go to insert, go to table, and then you see the quick table here. So you are free to choose any good looking calendar of your choice. So I'll just go for the simple one. I'll click on it, and then I want it to be at the center, just like every other object. So I'll go to home and do this, or you can do Ctrl E to drop it at the center. So this looks like you are good to go. Okay, so let me equally drop this at the center, this text here. All right. So your job is you can just change this. Now remember that it must not be an exact match. Okay, it must not be an exact match of the actual calendar of your year of birth, because there are people who cannot even remember if their year of birth was a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So all you need to do is just to change this to match and leave it this way, and then let's proceed. um so we're done with this part. We're done with this part. Okay, insert it. So we're done with this part. So here says the G part says asterisk or color the day of your birth on the calendar. So you come here, this is the 30th, so I can just highlight this or put an asterisk close to it. So this is good as it is. All right. What else do we need to do here? This part says type in your full name, index number, beneath, So you type in your name just like it is here, your full name, and then your WAEC reg number. All right, let me do that. So again, you see the cursor is blinking here. If I type anything, it should be showing here. So I need it down there. So I'll double click, bring my mouse pointer here, and double click. So it is there. Now I type in my full name. My reg number. Well, of course, you should know your reg number by now. Yeah, so now we're not told what font to use. We're not told what font size to use, what font name to use. So we can as well leave it this way. But I choose to centralize this. Good. You can make it bold if you want, but it's all good this way. Okay. It's all your choice. Let me make it bold. I think it's going to look better. Okay, so here we are. We're done with this part of the work. And remember to always save your work intermittently. Do your Ctrl S, please. Every time you move up to one step, you do your Ctrl S. Remember, we're still in Nigeria. Okay, don't let Nigeria happen to you. All right, so save your work with your index number in the folder created above. Okay, so we need to add our index number to it. Okay, but I don't think this is a problem Okay, this is not a problem because the when you print your work, when you print your work here, nobody's going to see the name you saved your file with, except they want to see an evidence on the name you saved your file with. Okay, but since there's no evidence, I don't think that will be a problem. They won't even know. All right, so looks like we're done with this part of the question. Okay, so you can go ahead to print your work. When we meet in our next video, we'll do question number 2. So you're free to print your work as it is. Okay. Now, there's something else I need to mention here. If you look at this, they actually this looks bigger. So I think it would have been adjusted. Okay, but that instruction was not said there clearly that we should adjust it. But if you feel like adjusting, you're free. It does not change. It doesn't change the font size here. Okay, but if you want to adjust, I think you're free to do that. Uh, However, I don't think it will be a problem though. Okay, because what they gave to us was a sample. No, no, no. I have to undo this and take this guy up a little bit. I'm actually supposed to group them. Okay. All right. So I think this looks okay. Uh, let me. Is it not centralized? Okay. Maybe I need to also adjust this a little bit in order to look like it's at the center. Okay, so you're free to do this if you want. Let me adjust this a bit. Is this good? Yeah, I think it's very okay. So you're free to adjust it this way if you want, which I think won't be a problem. Okay, so we're done with this task. So you're free to, of course, do your Control S and do your Control P to print your work. So you identify the 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 printer, okay, of your school and select the printer and hit print, and your job will be printed for you. Aha, we forgot something. Your reg number, make sure it appears on every page. Oh my God, this is a serious one. Please, your name. Oh my goodness, this is a serious omission. And your reg number, please don't miss this. Very important. Type your reg number. Don't mind me, I'm typing rubbish reg numbers here because I don't have any. What you do, so type your reg number. Very important with your name. Oh, this is important for mix-up sake so that your work doesn't get mixed up. Although it is equally appearing here, okay, but in some questions you may not have it appear anywhere but only there. Okay, so it is important. Again, do your address and print your work. Okay, that's it for now. Please do well to give me a feedback if you have any questions. If there's anything you think we didn't do well, you want to add something to what we've done, you're free to do so. But please be respectful, okay? And then, if you've not liked this video, what are you waiting for? Come on, like, subscribe, share. Okay, that is the only way you get to appreciate for, us for the work that we do. Thank you guys. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now.